Hey guys, so as promised, I wanted to put together a little tutorial for the wood grain little rustic hearts that I shared a photo of last week. Super easy. I hope you guys agree. I think it's super easy and really forgiving with this technique. So I'm going to try a brown like I showed a picture of, and then I thought about trying a white also just to see what it looks like, see if I like it. So we'll get started. This is about how big I'll cut the hole. It's a pretty big hole. We have a thick consistency that we're using. I don't know if you guys can see that, but this is about the consistency you want. And like I said, it's pretty forgiving. So as long as you don't get it too thin, you'll be fine. You just want it to be able to hold some of the texture you put onto it. I keep a damp paper towel nearby to wipe off my palette knife. Okay. And like I said, this is super forgiving, so don't cry if you make a mess, because I'm going to make a mess and we're just going to wipe it off. You can get as close to the edge as you want. And we don't have to cry about air bubbles. So it's a pretty thick consistency. So I just immediately take my little palette knife and start adding texture. Like I said, make it go right to the edge. Don't cry about it. Spread it all over the place, but just make it have as much texture as you want. I try to make sure I just go up and down. You can, if you want the grain to go the other way, make it go the other way. So I give it a little bit of texture. And then I grab my longer palette knife, and that's when I will take and just drag through. I wipe it off. And you can have fun with it. Do as few or as many sections as you want. I'll go back to my smaller palette knife. And then you just clean up your edges. Super easy. So there you've got your texture. Super easy. I'm excited to share it with you guys, and I hope you guys think it's easy also. So we're gonna let this, I'll do the white one also. I'm gonna let this dry for a little while. I maybe give it an hour to dry, and then we'll go back and do the next step. I'll wipe everything off. Okay, so now we'll try the white. This one I have not done white yet. I have only done brown. So it depends on, I mean, you could do this with any color you wanted. White, brown. The brown that I used was Americolor Espresso. It's more of a gray brown instead of like the chocolate brown is more of a yellow or a pink, maybe. I made a mess on that one. And if you, so I've done flowers on these in the past. Now, if you want to write on a cookie like this, just be careful with your texture. I have done these also before to where I made them pretty textured and they were hard to write on. So just watch your texture if you need to write on them, and maybe not make your lines quite so deep. This one I think I made my consistency just a little too loose, so it's not going to have quite as much texture, but we're gonna do it anyway. We can go back in and add some. Like I said, super forgiving. Okay. So I'm going to let these dry for a little while, and then I will come back and we will work on the next step. Okay, so this is the part that makes them look really cool. It's kind of like antiquing, or staining. I use a fan brush. We're going to paint on the color. And this is what I have. It's a powdered color. I don't remember what brand this is, but you could use any airbrush color or powdered food color that you want. So this is a brown, and I'm mixing it with water and a little bit of Everclear. And the Everclear is just to hopefully help it dry a little faster. And I use a fan brush because I like it. I think it covers surface area better than a smaller paintbrush, but you can do whatever you want. Okay. So I get a good amount on my brush and I just paint it on. And you can be pretty generous. I try to get it clear down in all of the little nooks and crannies. And then you can just kind of brush off the excess and move it around a little bit. But really, seriously, it is as easy as that. So I will let this dry for quite a while, and you can do your details before it's completely dry. It dries mostly to the touch pretty quickly, but then it takes a while to completely dry. And it does dry a little bit tacky still, but I have not had that cause me a problem. So there's that one. I am going to attempt to put a gray on the white cookie. So I've got that, and I'm going to use, where is it? There it is. It's a mushroom gray airbrush color. And you can make this as concentrated as you want. I'm just going to do a couple drops and see where we are. Yeah, I'll do a little bit more. And I think the airbrush color won't be quite as concentrated as the powdered color when you mix it. Okay, we'll see what this, like I said, I have not tried this yet, so we'll see what we get. I haven't done a white cookie yet. There. I think I'm going to want that to be just a little less thick. Get it down in the cracks. Yeah, I like that. So it depends on the aesthetic of whatever set you're doing or what you're looking for. What color you'd use, but there's white with gray. I kind of like that. So there it is. That is as easy as it gets, I think. I hope you guys find it as easy as I feel like it is. And I hope that this explains it well. If there are any questions, holler at me. My Facebook page is Sweet Bee's Bakehouse on Facebook. I also have an Instagram. It is at Sweet Bee's Bakehouse on Instagram. So holler if you have any questions. Thanks, guys.